Jaya Jaya Sri Caitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Sri Caitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Sri Caitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat ki Jai श्रील वृंदावन दास ठाकुर की जय श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय ओम ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जन शलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः श्री चैतन्य मनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम् नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे श्री चैतन्य भागवत की जय श्रील वृंदावन दास ठाकुर की जय श्री प्रभुपाद की जय Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Welcome to today's Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat reading. Yesterday we were reading, this is Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat Madhya Kanda, Mahaprabhu's travels to Jagannath Puri. From Shantipur, Mahaprabhu is going to Jagannath Puri. So we read how the Lord went to Chhatrabhog Ambulinga Ghat. And then we also saw how the Lord Ramchandra Khan saw the Lord, and then how he arranged for the Lord to cross the river to go to Orissa. And then we saw in Orissa the Lord's, the tax collector stopping the Lord and the devotees, and how the Lord delivered the tax collector. Actually, before that, the Lord's getting down at Ganga Ghat, and they resided in a Shiva temple that was erected by Lord Yudhishthir Maharaj. And then the Lord personally went begging alms. After that, we saw about this tax collector, toll collector, how the Lord delivered him. After that, yes, the breaking of the Lord's Sannyas Danda by Nityananda Prabhu at Suvarnarekha river. And he was walking ahead and they were catching up behind, so he went ahead. So there, Nityananda Prabhu and Jagadananda Pandit were there. So Nityananda Prabhu broke the sannyas danda. Then Jagadananda Prabhu, when he came back and he asked Nityananda Prabhu who broke it, and he said, the Lord to whom this danda belongs, he only broke it. And then Lord Nityananda Prabhu, when Jagadananda Prabhu went to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, caught up with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and told him that Nityananda broke your danda. And Mahaprabhu actually glorified Nityananda Prabhu, although externally he said that, it's your duty to protect my sannyas. If you act like this, you're going to eat my head, like that. And he said, whatever you do, I will follow. So by this, he was actually giving us instruction that you cannot please Chaitanya Mahaprabhu unless you please Nityananda Prabhu, like that. So from there, then the Lord said, I cannot go with you people anymore. So you go ahead and I'll come behind. Then Mukunda said, no, my Lord, you go first and we'll come behind you. And the Lord said, very good. So the Lord went ahead. And now the Lord came to a place, all of a sudden he heard music. So this was actually Jaleshwar Ghat, Jaleshwar Gram, a village. It was a village where there was Lord Shiva's temple, and the devotees were glorifying Lord Shiva, playing musical instruments and singing. Seeing this, because Lord Shiva is a great devotee of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, seeing this, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became very pleased, and he also started dancing. When seeing him dancing and his charm and his weeping in ecstasy, everyone thought Lord Shiva himself had come, and he was actually roaring. Yeah, not, yeah. Mahaprabhu was roaring in joy. So when they saw everyone with even greater joy, they started playing musical instruments, thinking that the Lord himself had, Lord Shiva had come. Then meanwhile, the other devotees who were walking behind Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they also caught up and they came to Jaleshwar Tirtha. And Mahaprabhu, forgetting all his anger, uh, that his danda was broken, when he saw his associates, he became so blissful and he embraced them all. And he also embraced Nityananda Prabhu, and that's where he said that it's your duty to protect me, my sannyas, like that. So uh, then uh, there's one instruction that anyone who understands the heart of Nityananda Prabhu's breaking the sannyas danda of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that means anyone who understands the reason why Nityananda Prabhu broke this Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's danda, who understands the heart of this pastime, he is going to certainly get love of ecstatic love, right? Ecstatic love means bhava bhakti, prema bhakti, like that. He's going to get ecstatic love of devotion for the Supreme Lord. That's a blessing by Vrindavan Das Thakur. Then they spent the night in Jaleshwar Gram, and early in the morning, the Lord, along with his devotees, left that village. And while they were walking on the path to Vamshadaha, the Lord met one Shakta sannyasi. So the Lord was, uh, you know, very nice, and he spoke very cheerfully and sweetly to this Shakta sannyasi. And he said, where were you? Where are all of you? All of you, matlab, where are all the other Shaktas? I'm seeing you after a long time. You are all my friends. So the Shakta was charmed by the Lord's Maya potency. He began to tell all about himself, and then he also described one by one where all his other friends, Shakta friends, were residing. And the Lord listened to this, he smiled. The Shakta said, come now to my monastery, my ashram, come to my ashram and we will drink bliss. Shakta sannyasis, they drink wine. So this Shakta sannyasi was inviting Mahaprabhu to come and drink wine. By the word bliss, the sinner Shakta meant wine. Aware of this, if you remember once Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu, when Mahaprabhu was still Nimai Pandit, at that time they also happened to go to a Shakta sannyasi's house, and there he was also inviting. At that time he didn't know what bliss was, but from that experience now he knows. So Lord Chaitanya said, today I will come. So they would simply smiled. When the sinner Shakta said, come and let's drink bliss, aware of this, Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda only smiled. Lord Chaitanya said, today I will come and drink bliss. You run ahead and quickly get everything ready. I'm coming behind. You go first and you get everything ready. I'll come and drink bliss today. Hearing this, the Shakta happily left. The Supreme Lord's pastimes are profound without limit. Lord Krishna is the purifier of the fallen. This all the Vedas say. That is why Lord Chaitanya spoke with that Shakta. See, Mahaprabhu is so merciful. He delivered even, the pretenders actually, right? What to speak of those who are sinful, but even those who are pretending to be renounced and still committing sinful activity. He delivered them also. The only people that the Lord would not forgive is blasphemers of Vaishnavas. So, hearing this, he went, Shakta went happily. So, Lord Krishna is the purifier of the fallen. This all the Vedas say. That is why Lord Chaitanya spoke with that Shakta. The people said, this Shakta is now delivered. By his touch, the other Shaktas will also be delivered. In different ways, Lord Chaitanya delivers all the conditioned souls. So, Mahaprabhu cast his glance on this Shakta. By that, he was surcharged, right, with attachment, attraction to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and now he is delivered. Now he will go, and whoever comes, other Shaktas who come in touch with him, they will all be delivered also. After speaking sweet words to the Shakta, Lord Chaitanya, who is Lord Hari himself, went to Remuna Gram. So of course Mahaprabhu didn't go to his house. He continued on, he went to Remuna. At Remuna, seeing his own deity form of Lord Gopinath, Lord Chaitanya danced again and again with the devotees. Remuna. Remuna is Kirchur Gopinath. Yeah. Lord Chaitanya forgot who he was. Overcome with love for a person who was actually himself, he wept piteously. Hearing his piteous weeping, even the stones and dry sticks melted. Hearing his weeping, even the hypocrites who proudly wrapped themselves in the flag of religion melted. After some days, Lord Chaitanya came to Yajapur, a town of Brahmanas, right? Yaja. Yaja means worshipping. So, the Brahmanas, Yajapur, the town of Brahmanas. Anyone who sees the wonderful deity of Adivaraha there destroys all the bonds that tie him to the material world. So, there in Yajapur, there's a deity of Adivaraha. Anyone who sees this deity, all his bonds that tie him to this material world will be destroyed. In that holy place flows the Vaitarini river. Simply by seeing it, one becomes free of all sins. I just finished this part. You can see on 1 second. Actually, I just finished this part and then I'll stop. So there the river, in that holy place flows the Vaitarini river. Simply by seeing it, one becomes free of all sins. Even an animal crossing that river, the demigods see as a four-armed resident of Vaikuntha. So in Yajapur is a river flowing, that is the Vaitarini river. When even an animal crosses that river, higher personalities, demigods, when they see an animal crossing, they actually see that animal as four-armed Vaikuntha resident. Within Yajapur is the place called Nabhi Gaya, where there is a temple of goddess Viraja. 80 miles away is Jagannath Puri. Okay, so this Yajapur is 80 miles away. In this Yajapur is Nabhi Gaya, and in Nabhi Gaya there is a temple of Viraja. That's the significance. In Yajapur are many temples. Even in thousands of years, I could not name them all. Many temples in Yajapur. There is no place that there is no place like that city. There are no temples like the temples there. In Yajapur Gram, every building is a temple. First, accompanied by his devotees, Lord Chaitanya, the jewel of the sannyasis, bathed at Dashashwamedha Ghat. Then the Lord went to the Adivaraha temple, where singing and dancing he tasted the nectar of ecstatic love. Seeing Yajapur, the Lord became very happy. Again and again he became ecstatic. Who can understand the desires the Lord holds in his heart? Leaving everyone behind, the Lord went out alone. Not seeing the Lord, everyone became worried. They went from temple to temple, looking and looking, searching but not finding the Lord anywhere. They became worried. Then Lord Nityananda said, "Everyone, please be peaceful at heart. I know why the Lord left. He went alone to see all the temples and holy places in Yajapur Gram. Let us all go, collect alms, return here and stay here. Tomorrow the Lord will come to this place." In this way, the devotees collected alms and ate. Meanwhile, the wandering Lord saw all the holy places in Yajpur. The devotees stayed where they were. The next day, the Lord met them there. Suddenly jumping up, the devotees happily shouted, "Hari, Hari!" In this way, the Lord made Yajpur holy and fortunate. Then, chanting Hari, Lord Chaitanya continued his journey. Traveling in this way for some days, Lord Chaitanya came to Katak Nagar. After first bathing in the sacred Mahanadi river, the Lord went to the temple of Sakshi Gopal. Gazing at Sakshi Gopal's enchanting handsomeness, Lord Chaitanya roared with bliss, calling out, "Master!" Lord Chaitanya bowed down and offered prayers. He wept wonderful tears of love and bliss. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, whose mantra takes his deity forms, came alive. Now, again, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, whose mantra makes his deity form come alive, now bore the name Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Even though he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself, he enjoyed pastimes of serving the Lord. He descended to the earth and enjoyed pastimes like that. Then Lord Chaitanya, I think it stopped, check. Then Lord Chaitanya went to Bhuvaneshwar, which Lord Shiva made. Then Lord Chaitanya went to Bhuvaneshwar. From where? From Katak. Went to Bhuvaneshwar, which Lord Shiva made into a secret duplicate of Varanasi. Bhuvaneshwar is a duplicate of secret duplicate of Varanasi. Bringing drop by drop the water from every holy river and lake, Lord Shiva created the lake Bindu Sarovar. Aware that this lake was very dear to Lord Shiva, Lord Chaitanya bathed in it and made it even more fortunate and glorious. Aware that this lake was very dear to Lord Shiva, Lord Chaitanya bathed in it and made it even more fortunate and glorious. Because Mahaprabhu arrived there now, so he took bath in Bindu Sarovar. Then Lord Chaitanya went and saw the deity that Lord Shiva had manifested of himself. In the four directions, the devotees were chanting the names of Lord Shiva. Row on row of ghee lamps burned in the four directions. Outer door, close it properly. Sorry. Row on row of ghee lamps burned in the four directions. And Abhishek was always in progress, seeing the glory and opulence of his dear devotee Shiva. So there were so many ghee lamps, always there's Abhishek of Lord Shiva going on, and there were so many devotees. Seeing the glory and opulence of his dear devotee Shiva, Lord Chaitanya became happy. The Vaishnavas with him were happy also. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, tasting the nectar of remembering whose feet Lord Shiva does not even know whether or not he is covered by garments, now danced in Lord Shiva's presence. That means Shiva is such a great devotee of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, of Lord Krishna, that when he thinks about, when he tastes the nectar of the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord, he goes into such ecstasy that he forgets whether he has clothes on or not. In such ecstasy, he is dancing, simply realizing the nectar in the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord. Now, in such Lord Shiva's worship, or in his presence, the deity of Lord Shiva, Mahaprabhu is dancing in ecstasy. His Lord only is dancing in ecstasy. Lord Shiva's Lord. Singing and dancing before Lord Shiva, Lord Chaitanya became very happy. In that village, Lord Chaitanya passed the night. Hare Krishna. In that village, Lord Chaitanya passed the night. Now I will tell the Skanda Purana's description. So where was this? Bindu Sarovar, right? This was in Bindu Sarovar, Bhuvaneshwar. Now I will tell the Skanda Purana's description of how Lord Shiva first came to this place. In ancient times, Shiva and Parvati secretly lived for a long time in Varanasi. Then Shiva and Parvati went to Mount Kailas. After that, human kings enjoyed staying in Varanasi. One of these kings, who bore the name Kashiraj, worshipped Lord Shiva and enjoyed life in Varanasi. Then, by destiny, the noose of time came around him. To attain the power to defeat Lord Krishna, that king performed severe austerities and worshipped Lord Shiva. So this Kashiraj wanted to defeat Krishna's time. Actually, yeah, I'll have to stop again just because it's Mangalarti has started already. It's been 10 minutes, but I will continue it uh, again next Saturday. I actually started late today. Sorry. Hare Krishna. Thank you for joining.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare